Alright.
Shotgun Farmer, sponsored by Argue Fuel Corporation. Forgiveness Meister, don't know who this is. Church of Retcon. Ezio, the Animus Insurance Company. Dragon Fury's photographer, sponsored by War Tourism.
Yeah.
The Judgment, or whoever the hell that is, and
Higuruma.
Judgment. Higuruma and Judgment from Jiu-Jitsu Bureau. Squirrel Girl from Acorn Tech Industries. Capcan from Russian Forever Ltd.
Yeah.
Massacre Rex, a plague rat avatar, sponsored by Pestilence Pro Unlimited. Watto, sponsored by Toydrian Pawn and Air.
Huh?
So you added another merchant. Okay. You did add a merchant. Shao Kahn from Outer Worlds Emporium. Rocket League Car, Octane Energy. Rocket League Ball, Hyper Ball Tech. World War One Soldier, History Buff Channel. He only speaks German again. Okay, I'm not doing... I never ask it to do that. They always make him German.
Good. German soldier.
Salem the Cat Witch. Hexmart. Tony Green, Cosmic Marines Incorporated. Space Marine riding a bug the size of a horse. Both bug and rider work as one. Ying Xiaolong, Vale Pharmaceuticals. She's on fentanyl.
Okay.
Just a heads up.
Good
B2 Battle Droids, Separatist resale depot. They resold this B2 Battle Droid. Tatsumugi, Hero Pub 43. Rem from Oni Maid Agency, Ron. Why did it say Ron? Let me redo this. Day 1. The corn glazed fields of the starting plaza shimmer under the fluorescent alien sun. Bright banners reading Welcome to Merchax at 9 flutters as hover cameras whir. A countdown echoes. The sound gongs, chaos erupts. Rocket League ball disturbed. It rolls itself into full speed and flattening Dragon Fury photographer mid-sprint with a sickening thud. The camera explodes and bursts in a burst of reflective lenses. Just runs over her dude immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
Tony Greed rides Martha, okay, into the fray.
Bug name.
Using the bug's armored shell to knock aside a fleeing World War I soldier who fires wildly into a crowd of people. Bullets graze Ezio, but he dives into the shadows, clutching his ribs. Forgiveness Meister stands still, hands folded in prayer. Somehow, no one touches her. A drone watches her in awe. Declan's a bit gullible. Elsewhere, Shan Khan nearly crushes Watto, but the cunning bug man, or the cunning dude, I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to tie Toydarian. It throws a decoy made of spare parts and vanishes into the sewer vents.
I don't know.
And that's probably is. Mid-afternoon, Hiriguruma and Judgment put Massacre Rex on trial. A spectacle begins. Verdict: guilty! A burst of energy vaporizes a quarter of the rat mass, but Rex survives, laughing wetly. What are you laughing at?
The sequence of events that just happened. Sorry. I wasn't expecting Massacre Rex to get put on trial. Fucking wizard.
He lives. That night, the night the Leon Knights of the Mega City flicker, Rem and Ram sleep back to back on top of a cargo container. Yang, high as shit and twitching, is seen conversating with a trash can. Gale approaches the living armor and tries to decipher its structure, only for the armor to suddenly mirror his exact voice.
Whoa.
Ezio sneaks into high-rise to craft traps in glass with glass shards and copper wire. Capcan has already rigged 4 doors with landmines. One of them almost catches Squirrel Girl, but she scampers up the wall and throws bricks at him.
Rude.
Salem, perched in a neon-lit alleyway, curses the B2 battle droid, causing it to wander in circles, muttering error, spell not found. Rocket League car hits the speed boost and actually crushes the rat that's detached from Massacre Rex. Tatsumugi is floating above it all, looks down in disappointment. They're all morons. Basil, hidden underneath the staircase, snaps a photo of Tony Green
Basil.
feeding. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't read everyone. I just realized.
Yeah.
Let me redo that again. Ram, Basil. Sorry.
Okay.
You're a 2B, Living Armor, and Gale.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I picked up on Living Armor and Gale.
Basil.
Yeah.
I had just actual fucking like
I
capable
almost
people.
added
Then
Basil
fucking
Hawkins as my last one.
that would have been funny.
I know.
Um. In the shattered lobby of the Bank of Glarnak, Watto sets up shop. With scrap and a few pieces of meat, he starts bartering for survival. Somehow he convinces Yang to trade a medkit for a drugged protein bar. Yang, sluggish from withdrawal and wounded, takes a bite and vomits immediately. She falls into a weird hallucination where her robotic arm starts yelling at her. Squirrel Girl finds her mid-episode and gently pats her on the head. Meanwhile, Ezio has found the upper floor of an abandoned casino, now functioning as a sniper's nest. He tracks Salem as she moves through to the Undercity. Salem, in turn, hexes a group of rats, binding them into a whispering scout.
Who?
Bring me the girl who speaks to squirrels, she says to the rats. Forgiveness
Who?
Meister, Salem.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Forgiveness Meister comes to Basil again. Instead of attacking, she leaves him to draw her portrait. He complies and leaves a packet of dried fruit and thanks, an unexpected piece. Capcan and a Rocket League car form a terrifying duo. Capcan breaks traps, the car leads people to them. B2 Bowdroid steps on one. Its leg is blown off in a spray of sparks and oil. It doesn't die. It just drags itself behind a kiosk groaning.
That's sad.
Groaning, unfair combat detected.
True.
Hirigurma and Judgment intercept Ram, demanding a trial for her crimes against her sister Ram. Her sister. Ram just punches Hirigurma in the face while Judgment disappears. The trial is adjourned. Ram walks off, insulted, calling them idiots. Ram is quietly watching all of this form from a billboard rooftop, grip tightened on her weapon. Gale attempts to draw magic from the city's central AI core, but instead he short-circuits half the block. His hair smokes. Rascal Rex, now diminished but vindictive, kills a lone World War I soldier in a tunnel by overwhelming him with rats. The soldier screams in German before being silenced.
Makes sense.
Tony Green and Martha make contact with Squirrel Girl, who's formed a non-aggression sanctuary near a vending machine zone.
It's always the vending machines.
Oh yeah, that's a while ago. Rocket League ball rolls. What happened to that? I know two people, the Joker and someone else, got in a slap boxing match. But when they both showed up, now no longer hallucinating, they started beating each other with like weapons.
I don't remember that. I remember there was a bunch of people just.
Because everyone hated
vending machines.
Yeah, I do remember that. But I remember that one was also I had to like ask it for like a hallucination event because you asked me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Rocket League ball rolls past everyone, ominously blood still drying on it. Everyone watches it, no one stops it. Living Armor stands still in the plaza, gathering dust, and then suddenly moves to block Salem from entering the stairwell. Neither speak. They stare for 5 minutes. She eventually walks away. Welcome tributes to the grand market of madness. For the next 2 days, trade is survival. Kill for credits, spend wisely, and remember, refunds are not permitted. Rem emerges from her rooftop haven, and the first to grab a glowing Comrance chip. A kiosk scans her and dispenses a grappling hook. She stares unsure, then shrugs and slings it to her belt. In a nearby alley, Ezio uses binoculars to track chip carriers. He sees Tatsumugi holding one. He hesitates as she spots him. A psychic blast crumples the metal framework around him, pinning his leg. Galen is still singed from the last chapter. Finds a bizarre merchant offering arcane stability pills. He trades a healing potion and a spell scroll. He barely remembers casting. In return, he gets a floating orb that mutters insults.
Good trade. Good deal. He's injured. He gives away his health potion for a ball that insults him. Incredible.
Stupid fucking idiot.
Yeah,
He walked
true.
away.
Oh my god, that's so dumb.
Tony Green rides Martha into a chip zone. They arrive to see Sean Khan slaughter a robotic dog merchant with a hammer. Sheo Khan. Tony fires a warning shot. Khan laughs. The bug lunges. I thought this is the bug laughs. And a fight erupts. Tony slashes across Khan's shoulder. Khan. Still thinking about Gale.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's killing me. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
He's considered one of the best wizards in the fucking and
Yeah.
of Waterdeep.
I can't possibly see the logic.
I can't see the benefit of him doing this
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Me neither.
Stupid fucking idiot. Oh
Anyway.
my god. Tony slashes across Khan's shoulder. Khan counters with a bone-cracking punch that dents Martha's shell. Salem watches from a high window, murmuring incantations. Vines erupt from the gutters and entangle them both. Elsewhere, Capkin stalks a chip collector. He catches Ram in a bear trap laced with smoke bombs.
Whoa.
She doesn't scream, but instead hurls a metal shard into his leg. They both crawl away bleeding. Oh yeah, she's a clairvoyant. That's why she just ignored the smoke bomb.
Yeah.
As the markets dim, the kiosks retract into the earth. A sinister announcement. Final bonus for market executions before sunrise. Schoolgirl guarding her vending machine zone with Tony. And Martha fends off a crazed B2 battle droid who attacks them with a pipe. She knocks into the trash compactor with her squirrel allies. Crunch. Forgiveness Meister walks calmly into the night market and hands in her chip. She receives a warm blanket and some bread.
Sick.
Tatsumugi hovers over rooftops watching Rem and Ram reunite after Ram's injury. She doesn't attack, she just whispers. Cute, and then floats away. Living Armor enters a dormant... Day 4. Debts come due. Living Armor enters a dormant credit machine and just stands inside of it. When Watto attempts to scan it, the armor punches him clean to the kiosk wall. Holy shit, that's badass.
True.
Killing him instantly.
Fuck yeah. Fuck that guy.
Or I assume it's killing him instantly because it says bones crack, he doesn't get up.
Yeah.
Hirigirama, now better and more unstable, turns his verdicts towards anyone. Basil, trying to help him calm down, is forced into a trial. Do you feel your own guilt, trial? Yes, then you must be free. He passes judgment. Basil disappears in a flash of cursed light.
Dang.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
You must be free? He just sends him...
Sends him
he lives?
away, I guess.
Away with you.
Yeah. You bet.
It's sent to Hoth, liberal.
That's crazy. Immediate Hoth.
Yeah. Not
Doesn't even
guilty,
win.
Hoth.
Yeah.
Judgment passes. Judgment. Basil disappears. Ezio, limping but alive, sabotages a healing station and hopes someone else uses it. Salem does. She laughs as it poisons her gently.
Poisons her gently?
Yeah, because she's a witch, so she just ignores it.
Oh, okay.
So she's just used to it.
Yeah, she always... You're right.
As the last market drones sink back into the ground, tributes try to sense what just happened. Yang, almost sober, talks with Squirrel Girl over stale candy bars. Do you ever just want to punch the sun? Only if it's evil. Cool. Ram and Rem plan a hit on Capcan, now limping from deep thigh wound. They don't act yet. They know his traps and his smell. Oh yeah, Rem could smell it. I'm surprised that I fucking used that information, to be honest.
Yeah.
That Ram's a clairvoyant, and Rem could smell like really well.
That is pretty crazy.
Rocket League Ball, angry, it was just ignored at all market event, launches itself down an alleyway, accidentally crushes a vendor who can't sense explode in confetti and meat. Gale finally figures out how to use the orb and starts singing Lullaby instead. He falls asleep smiling. Oh, that's why. So he's trying to.
Oh, it's wait, it's singing lullabies?
Yeah, now it's singing lullabies.
Okay.
Oh, Basil was executed.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's what it states. I have it at the end stating everyone's death just in case I missed something by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Watto was dead.
Mm-hmm.
He got beat to death.
Yep.
Day 5, the drops descend. Shotgun Farmer receives... I forgot he's alive.
Oh, yeah.
Shotgun Farmer receives his weapon, a double-barrel plant shotgun loaded with explosive radish shells. Forgiveness Meister receives a scroll titled Absolution, one-time protection from death. Ezio... Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna have it be if chapter 2 is going to be the chapter after event, because the event either happens on 2 or 3 is what I told it.
Yeah.
And so just to kind of speed things along and keep it kind of shorter, and then after whatever the event, I'm gonna have the sponsors do it. Is that okay?
Sponsors do what?
Hand out their gifts.
Oh yeah. Well, isn't that what's happening now?
Yeah, because I asked it to this time.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Sweet.
Okay. Ezio receives a vial of DNA regrowth serum.
What?
They work with DNA. The company Ezio is.
Oh right.
It's the Animus
thing.
Yeah.
I always forget about that.
Kiriguruma and Judgment receive cursed gravel that automatically convicts any target it strikes. The Judgment grins at this gift. Squirrel Girl receives a backpack full of squirrel kibble energy bars and baby squirrels. Capcan receives a remote detonator with holographic tripwires. Massacre Rex receives Swarm Accelerant, a syringe that enhances Plagued Rex aggression. Khan receives a Blood Rage potion. Rocket League Car receives a supercharger canister. Rocket League Ball receives a magnetic pulse core. It tracks metal. Wow. Living Armor starts passively floating or getting dragged towards it. Salem receives a crystal dagger that curses anyone it stabs, causing hallucinations. Tony and Martha receive a chin repair gel. Martha receives a chin repair gel for Martha and plasma grenade launcher for Tony. Yeah, it would be weird if it's the other way around.
Yeah. Wait.
Yang what?
Is the living armor just getting sucked towards the ball?
Yeah.
From
it says
miles away.
It says he's passively starting to follow it or getting dragged towards it.
That's awesome.
Yang receives a fentanyl-free medkit. Tetsunuki receives a psychic destabilizer chip. It did. It specified. Rem and Ram receives bandages, potions, and a shared letter from Roswell. Gale, the letter's just something cringe, so I'm not reading it.
Okay.
Gale receives a thing from the Mistra Temple, a scroll of a planar blink. I don't know what the hell that. It's a one-time use teleport. Never mind, it specified what it was. Delightful, he says.
Power-ups.
Living Armor receives metal slick oil infusion, allowing silent movement. Now you can follow the fucking ball in silence.
Yeah, true. It's menacing.
Afternoon skirmishes. Fueled by their new tools, tributes lash out. Ezio, freshly healed, moves fast. He ambushes Kapkan, dodging a mine, only to land on a holographic tripwire. The Russian pounces, but Ezio hurls a vial he didn't need anymore into Kapkan's face. It blinds him with bioglow. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's cool stuff like that. They actually use their gifts now.
Yeah.
It was short, but yeah. Squirrel Girl and Tony Green team up to take down. What? They are working together. That's weird. To take down an approaching Massacre Rex. What are they from?
Who? Massacre
Rex?
I just made him up. It's just a horror.
Okay.
It's just plague rats.
It sounds like it genuinely feels like an event that happens to Dishonored. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Who moves in writhing waves. Baby squirrels bite rats while Martha tramples them. A grenade finishes half the swarm, but Rex retreats, twitching, limping, but very alive. Meanwhile, Gale accidentally triggers security turrets while testing a spell. He uses the teleport to a power station to escape, shorting it in the process. Lights of the Saturn sector die. He's just destroying anything electrical by accident.
Who?
Gale,
yeah. Good. Magic, baby.
Sad to sneeze.
Happens to the best of us.
Khan, still half blood rage, smashes his way through storage compound looking for enemies. Yang, now fully off of fentanyl, meets with him fist to the face. It does nothing. He backhands her into a wall until she injects herself with painkillers again.
Okay.
Punches him hard enough to crack his ribs. Okay, she just got off of drugs, just immediately take drugs.
Yeah. Well, she did get punched into a wall.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Forgiveness Meister is found praying alone. Judgment flirts nearby, watching silently. You may be the most dangerous one of us all. It says. She does not respond. Salem uses her dagger on Rem, stabbing her in the back before fleeing. Rem, delirious from the curse, starts hallucinating that Ram is her enemy, but Ram calms her down with a scared letter. They retreat together. Rocket League ball, now magnetic, gets lodged to Living Armor's chest plate. Okay. Together, they roll forward violently through the city, unable to separate and unintentionally wreaking havoc. Tatsumugi confronts Ezio. A psychic field clashes with parkour. Ezio nearly strikes her in the back with a hidden blade, but her stabilizer activates. She twists his arm out of the socket midair. Whoa. He flees breathless and defeated. That one's badass.
Yeah.
Gale, now obsessed with the teleport scroll, attempts to use it again, but it fizzles. Useless, he screams, drawing attention to Massacre Rex. Sensing weakness, it charges. Gale fights with 3 fireballs and nearly kills Rex again, but a misfire sears his own chest. Rats retreat furious. Night 6, quiet as graves. Tony, Squirrel Girl, and Yang rest together in a reinforced train station. Salem whispers into shadows. Living Armor, still fused with Rocket League balls, watches her from afar.
Yeah.
Kapkan, nearly blind, arms more traps.
Oh, he's alive.
Yeah, Remen, he just got blinded by something.
Yeah,
the bio
I thought
juice.
it was like acid for some reason.
No. Bioluminescent eyeballs.
Yeah.
Rem and Ram share a hug. They survive the hallucination. Salem is now at the top of their hit list.
Good to know.
No one died that chapter. Day 7. Squirrel Girl, Tony Green, and Yang decide to move. Their safe zones in the train station have become too exposed as they traverse the twisted mag-lift tunnel. They are ambushed by a Rocket League car, now supercharged and sparking wildly, dragging half of the streetlight. Tony's bug, Martha, takes a hit. The shell shatters. Tony screams in anguish as Squirrel Girl throws a flash acorn to blind the car. Yang leaps atop it, punching it until her knuckles crack. The finally flips. The car flips, destroyed, but Martha is still, as her dead. She was
crazy fight.
She was more human than all of us, Tony growls in anguish.
He's a bug.
He tries the bug. Every time Tony or Martha has sacrificed her, or the bug has sacrificed itself. And every
Martha
instance.
should be the canon name. I like that.
Okay, yeah, that one's good.
Yeah.
Martha!
Martha, no.
Still, I can't believe I think he was also big.
What?
Whatever.
Okay.
Gale, recovering from his self-inflicted burns, begins to hallucinate after breathing too much melted plastic. He thinks Massacre Rex is a rat god of the weave and starts talking to it. Rex,
Ew.
listen. The rat is convinced to not kill him. All right.
Sick.
Salem senses weakness everywhere, or elsewhere. Circles Rem in Ram's camp. She tries to curse Rem in her sleep, but Rem is awake. She charges Salem with her morning star, even as the curse burns through her veins. Rem hurls a poison dart, and the two twins overwhelm Salem together. She's beaten, stabbed, and buried in
Damn.
broken glass.
She was on their hit list, so that, yeah, makes sense.
Forgiveness Meister sits atop of a glowing terminal. Hiriguruma arrives wordlessly. They talk. He confesses guilt over Basil. She says, "Good. Guilt is the first step." They agree to walk together till fate tears them apart. Who is?
Yo.
Is that a person you also made up?
Forgiveness Meister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Kapkan, partially blinded, finally gets revenge. He lures Rem and Ram into a corridor rigged with collapsing beams and pressure plates. When Ram steps on it, a trapdoor opens, flinging her onto spikes. Rem screams and charges Kapkan in blind fury.
Damn.
She wounds him, stabbing him in the gut, but Kapkan remotely detonates a charge in the wall.
Holy
The
shit.
explosion flings her into darkness.
That goes hard.
They are both likely dead, though.
Yeah, true.
Ezio, watching from above, realizes something in the chaos. He activates a hidden blade and begins hunting deliberately. His first target, Rocket League ball.
Good.
It rolls aimlessly through the mall atrium until Ezio drops in the skylight and stabbing its core with a cursed dagger it took from Salem's corpse. The ball screeches and then explodes with a magnetized wave of shrapnel. Living armor drawn by the blast find Ezio shortly after. No words exchanged, just sword against steel. Ezio dodges, stabs joints, disables motors until the armor collapses, empty.
Hell yeah.
Ezio limps away, victorious. For the first time, it rains. Metal towers drip black oil. The air smells of iron and burned circuits. Ying, soaked and quiet, sits behind Tony. They both staring at Martha's grave. Gale sits with Massacre Rex, talking theology.
W.
Yeah, Forgiveness Meister and Hirigimara build a fire. Oh, so Kapkan. Kapkan's not dead. Okay.
Yeah. Shit. Is Rem dead?
Yeah, Rem and Rom are dead. It says when they are both presumed dead. I thought it meant Kapkan and whoever the hell.
Shit,
But
sweet
nope.
one.
Oh, Kapkan's dying though. It says.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Only 10 remain. Ezio's wounded but tactical. Squirrel Girl, hopeful and guarded. Tony Green, bow-hearted but grieving. Yang recovered and controlled. Gale unstable from bonding with Massacre Rex. Massacre Rex cunning and ever mutated. Kapkan dying but deadly. Judgment and Hirigimura conflicted. Forgiveness Meister untouched by rage. Tatsumugi floating around.
What's Tatsumugi from?
One Punch Man. Tatsumaki.
Tatsumaki, yeah. Okay.
Ezio tracks Kapkan, who lies bleeding under a partially collapsed sky bridge, coughing into a rag. They speak briefly, two professionals at the end of their run. They speak. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. One's a trapper, the other one's an assassin.
Yeah.
Ezio sits his slow silently after a short conversation. He walks away with a limp still. Midday pack of the Paras. Gale and Massacre Rex arrive to the top of a derelict conference tower. Gale begins summoning energy into the swirling orb of volatile blue magic. The rats swarm the base. Down below, Tony, Yang, and Squirrel Girl look up in horror. That and think the idiots are going to break the entire power grid. They climb.
Probably.
Tail crackles. Gil smirking utters, "It's beautiful, isn't it? A final receipt paid in full." He doesn't notice Tatsumaki approaching from behind. She doesn't hesitate. She pierces his spine psychically. Gale gasps and magic explodes from his hands. The rats scatter.
Quickly scatter.
The orb ruptures, half the tower collapses. Massacre Rex is thrown from the ledge. He writhes as he falls. There's no scream, just a squelch.
Damn.
Tatsumaki floats above the ruins, just watching. Forgiveness Meister and Hirigamura find each other again. They walk into the cold together. Judgment appears before Squirrel Girl, Tony, and Yang, now camped in the skeleton of Transit Station. It hovers. You three stand trial, but no trial comes. Hirigamura arrives and shatters the gravel on the ground.
Whoa.
Gavel, not gravel. I'm an idiot.
Oh yeah, gavel. That makes way more sense.
The remaining six: Ezio, Tony, Green, Squirrel Girl, Yang, Hirigamura, and Tatsumaki. Ezio confronts Tatsumaki. She wins barely. He dies with a dagger strike that never lands, paralyzed midair by a flick of their finger. Tony sacrificed himself to push Tatsumaki into a power relay. That shorts her stabilizer chip. Her nose bleeds. She's vulnerable, but not dead. Hirigamura, hands shaking, approaches her. He offers judgment one final time. She refuses. Yang ends a shotgun blast from behind.
Damn.
I forgot her arms is also a shotgun.
Yeah.
That's the first time she's used it in all the times I've put her in. She normally
crazy.
just beats people with her hands.
Yeah, true. You're right.
Yang, Squirrel Girl, and Forgiveness Meister remain. Forgiveness Meister is gonna win. I'm gonna lose it.
No.
They arrive at the last terminal, glowing garden, untouched artificial monument of peace. Squirrel Girl drops her weapon. Yang stares at her. Forgiveness Meister kneels. That sucks. I'm gonna have them fight to death.
Have them fight to death.
Because Squirrel Girl decides to stay on the planet, and Forgiveness Meister won't fight anyone. It's a Yang wins by default.
Have them fight to death.
That's what I'm doing. Yang steps forward, face blank. She grips the handles of her shotgun. She just found the
she
shotgun.
just has a shotgun. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. Squirrel, where'd you get it?
I don't know.
Do we have to do this? She says. Forgiveness
Mark it.
Meister stand tall, whispers yes, because the world beyond this one will only crown one. Suddenly Yang fires, but Meister deflects it with a radiant shield compressed of spirit alone. Oh shit,
Whoa.
It's Jesus Christ.
True.
That makes sense as well. Oh my lord.
What?
Forgiveness Meister, Jesus Christ, both being the
Oh,
same
yeah.
person in this circumstance, except
Yeah.
for Forgiveness Meister's a woman.
True.
Suddenly, she deflects it with spirit. Squirrel Girl, the ground quakes. Squirrel Girl launches upward, grabbing onto a piece of twisted structure, with squirrels launching nuts like slingshots from above. Yang dodges and shatters the squirrels with punches. Sorry, buddy. She just annihilates them.
Yeah.
Squirrel Girl hurls herself down, claws slashing, and lands on a deep cut across Yang's leg, drawing blood. Yang roars and backhands her through a field of synthetic lilies. I did not add that at all.
Holy
That's
shit.
just its own thing.
Holy shit.
Round 2, the Meister awakens. Forgiveness Meister summons an absolution aura, a radiant sphere around her. Oh yeah, she has that. Ignores death.
Oh yeah.
Squirgle throws a flurry of spiked nuts. The aura incinerates them midair. Yang rushes forward, diving beneath the barrier, and lands a blow on her lower body. The shield flickers. Squirgle, thinking fast, uses squirrel allies to drag a charged power line across the ground and hurl it at the Meister. The electricity cracks the aura and staggering her. Yang capitalized on this and used a shotgun to the chest.
Good idea.
Forgiveness Meister gasps just once and then dies.
Damn.
And then Yang shoots her again. Her corpse.
Well, yeah, because she can't come back. Think about it.
No, because she already used the absolution thing. Was just like a shield
Oh,
that
she
like
did?
basically. Yeah, she used it already. That's what the shield was.
Oh, okay. I thought.
What was it? Whatever. It doesn't matter. She used the scroll.
I was imagining it was like a revival thing.
No, I assumed it just meant ignore it once type of
Got
thing.
it.
Not revival.
Yeah. So she just desecrated her corpse.
Yeah, shoots her in the chest and shoots her again.
Real.
So the girl bleeding from her shoulder, Yang limping and out of ammo. They circle each other. Squirgle launches in fast and unexpected, claws scratching across Yang's neck. Yang grabs her midair and slams her to the ground, cracking her against concrete, both
Shit.
screaming in pain. Squirgle calls for backup in a single surviving squirrel, but it's crushed by Lang's foot mid-charge.
That's brutal.
She claws at Yang's eyes, biting and ripping. Yang grabs a broken shard of glass and plunges it into her neck. They both fall down together, but Yang stands up. Yang
Holy
wins.
shit.
Okay, this time I put you as the first 12 and I was the second 12. So I think it does just calculate it based on who's in it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have Ruby and Yang, by the way.
Both of
I'm gonna
them
try to skip
won
off.
when they were on drugs.
I don't think it. Yeah,
Oh no,
Ruby's
wait, no,
drunk.
because Ruby won.
I'm gonna add
wasn't
drunk
supposed
Ruby.
to.
I'm not gonna add. I'm not gonna add.
You're not gonna add drunk
Yeah.
Ruby.
I'm not.